Guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hey girl, my name is Lucy. I always say to stay subscribed. We have a good time on this channel. Now, as already seen by the title, today's video is going to be signs you give off masculine energy. If I say all these things and it resonates with you, you're listening to me and you're just like, this is me, I do all of this, and then you start to feel bad. Girl, do not feel bad, because I can tell you for sure this was me. Even when I started my feminine journey, this was a part that I needed to tackle. This was a part that I really needed to understand properly. I do understand it now because I understand what it means to be a woman. I understand what I want for myself. I understand what I deserve. I understand my worth. I understand my quote unquote role I'm meant to play, and I'm not trying to be anyone else. I'm not trying to take on roles that God did not create me to take. While tapping into masculine energy could be beneficial or necessary in some aspects of your life, in this aspect, especially like dating, which is what I'm mainly referring to in this video, the dating world, it can cause some conflict, okay? We want to live the best feminine soft life, okay? Femininity is more intuitive. It is oriented towards receiving and allowing. So basically just categorized on just being, okay? Just being you. Being more in the end of like relaxing and receiving and allowing. That's what true femininity is. The first sign that you give off too much masculine energy is when you're always trying to be a boss babe. So what this means is you're always trying to prove to him that you have it. Always trying to put that point across that you're a strong black independent woman and you have your own thing going for you. Basically, you're trying to let him know that you don't need him. It could even be for the tiniest thing, as like, you know, not being able to reach the sugar up in the shelf. He's right there. Instead of asking him for help, you want to do it on your own. So basically you're trying to prove to him that, oh, you have this, you're strong. You put out there how much you're worth. You let him know how much you earn. You always want him to know how successful you are. You know, just basically that unconscious thing that you do where you're just like, just so you know, I don't need you. I could take care of myself. Yeah, that's all right. To be honest, you don't really have to do too much for someone to see that you have it like that. You don't have to do too much for someone to actually know that, oh, this girl has her thing together. Do you get what I mean? But always trying to put out that point, like, I'm good. You're indirectly passing the message to him that he's worthless in your life. I mean, maybe for other areas he could be good, like sex, but like for majority of your life, you're good. You don't need him. And that can be very emasculating, to be honest, because I mean, what am I here for? If you have everything figured out, if you don't need me to, you know, pick up 1, 2, and 3 here and there, like, why do you need me? That can send the wrong message to the right guy. And to be honest, no one wants to be in that situation where they don't feel appreciated, valued, or needed. In that way, he'll leave. For a lot of us babes that hustle on a daily, you know, we're trying on these streets to like put our lives together, get things in shape, you know, basically just be able to afford life on our own. We typically fall into this category. Like, we always give off too much masculine energy, especially when it comes to defending what we do or trying to stand 2 feet firm on the ground. We could unintentionally just put out things in your face, and I mean, in as much as it's helpless, it sends the wrong message to these guys, to these men. It's like, yeah, she's just too much for me. I kind of feel like she has everything going for her and she doesn't need me for anything anyway, so I don't think I should be here. Second sign that you give off too much masculine energy is you literally try to take the lead on everything. I'm telling you, to even the smallest things, like number 1, trying to plan the dates or where you're going, how you're going, you know, when you're going, or like buying food or trying to decide what you all are going to eat. Yeah, you take charge of everything unintentionally, or you think you're trying to be nice. I feel like the misconception about this is maybe you're trying to prove to the person that you can handle things, you know, you're the wife material or the girlfriend material, or like somebody that you would like to settle with because he can probably maybe rely on you for these things. But where it gets mixed up is that's not how he feels. He just feels like you're doing his job, you're doing his duties as a man. You start to give off controlling vibes because I mean you want things the way you want them. You're assertive, you're putting things into place, you're telling him how you want him to be. In your head, you're being organized. In your head, you're trying to put things in place. In your head, you're putting your relationship together. In your head, you know, you're making things easy on him. Which, to be honest, not even doing all of these things doesn't mean that you are not going to be supportive to your man. You can be supportive to your man without actually trying to take his role as the man in your life, if that makes sense. And trying to plan the dates, trying to look for solutions to all the problems that arises in your relationship, even the smallest one, as per, let's say for instance, he wakes up, you guys wake up in the morning and he's like, what are we going to eat? You'll be like, oh, don't worry, I'm going to order something for us to eat, I'm going to buy this, I'm going to buy that, I'm going to, no, I mean, it should be the other way around. As far if he asks, what are we going to eat? You'll be like, oh yeah, babe, what are we going to eat? What are you going to order for us? That's more like it. I'm not saying there should have been times where you take care of lunch or take care of breakfast or all that stuff. Yes, but then don't always be the one to take the lead. Like, let him be the man. He is the man for a reason. Like, you're the woman and you deserve stuff life. So just relax and let him fix the dates, pick the place, pay for the dinner. Oh my god, not everyone believes that you shouldn't split the bill. In as much as I gave up too much masculine energy, but when it came to like paying for stuff, I am not bringing out my money. I'm not bringing out my money until it's necessary. And this doesn't mean that I don't bring out my money. I do bring out my money, but then like, I mean, it's just the times that I want to bring out my money. It's not like, oh, we should split it, or I think it's my duty to split it. No, absolutely not. The roles should not completely turn just because you're trying to prove yourself. And to be honest, when you give off too much masculine energy in a relationship, it kind of feels like you're desperate for his attention. It kind of feels like you're desperate for his validation. It kind of feels like you want him to see you as, you know, the perfect one for him. You want him to see you as, oh, you know what, like, she's going to hold me down. Like, that's not it, sis. It's not it. Third sign you give up too much masculine energy is when you chase a man, or when you take over the chase from him. So in this case, probably maybe he started chasing, then you took over the chase, or you just, you know, started the chase and all that stuff. While I do have like opinions on this entire who chases who and chasing thing, I don't think, let me just put this out there, I don't think it is wrong for a woman to chase a man in the sense of like, you know, who comes up to who first. Do you get what I mean? I don't think I should even call that chasing. Like, what I mean is, I don't think it's wrong for a woman to show interest first, but I do not support a woman chasing a man in the sense of like, oh, he's refusing, or you're trying to woo him to like you. I don't. I mean, showing interest and he feels the same way and then he picks up from there, that's how it should go. But like, constantly chasing him the way a man would chase a woman, like the way a man would chase a woman, he would send flowers, he would text her, good morning love, good morning beautiful, like doing all these things that men do is unacceptable. That's a huge turn off to a man. I feel like for most men, it makes them feel like they're girls, okay? It makes them feel like they're girls, like, let me chase you, okay? Let me chase. And to be honest with you, like sometimes with girls, I know that I'm that kind of person that for a man, I don't like men that usually like come hard, like they're chasing with no breathing space for me to actually miss you. Do you get what I mean? I am that kind of person that, okay, I want to miss you. I want you to come in and then go out. Like, have some pride and dignity to an extent. You get, when you're chasing me, like, in as much as I love like when a man is intentional and when they're consistent and they keep on going hard on it, I like that. But like, I also want to fill that void. Like, I also want to feel like I want to feel your absence, if that makes sense. So it goes like that. So there should be a healthy balance. I don't think at any point in this life a woman should chase a man. I do not think that is appropriate in any way. Generally, showing interest is different from chasing a man. You should never chase a man. It's a man's duty to chase you. So if he's not chasing, he doesn't like you. That's just the truth. My fourth sign that you're giving off too much masculine energy is when you start to compete with him on everything. In terms of, oh, he's successful, you're like, okay, you know what, I'm successful, but I want to be as successful as he is, or even more successful than he is. And he can get that. Obviously he can sense it, he can get the vibe when you're working extra hard. I mean, you're updating him on, you know, your successes and what you intend to do in terms of, and it's not like updating him in terms of like, you know, just telling somebody that you love or somebody that you care about what you're up to career-wise. Is that thing of like, you're trying to share information so he can share back, so you know how to, like, you know, one up him and stuff. For you it might not seem like nothing because this is your man that you're in love with or whatever, but to him it seems like you're one of his homeboys or one of his friends, or just like someone in his circle that you all are competing to reach somewhere. You are his woman. He should feel like that. When you're with a good man, regardless of how successful you are, he will try to still bring out the best in you. He will try to support your dreams. He will try to uplift you. He will try to, you know, encourage you and motivate you to do better without you even trying to do so much. So you trying to like one up him, or like, oh, he's hustling, like you're hustling 2 times because you know what, like, and in some cases the man is just like, okay, relax, like I think I have both of us at this point. You have what you're doing, it's fine, like let that be chill and all that, but you don't have to go this extra mile. But for you, you're just like, oh, I have to go the extra mile, I have to do this, I have to do that. Don't think you're the only one that can get it moving. I also can get it moving. You know how we women can be sometimes, especially for the ones that actually are independent, you know, getting the bag, doing all of that. We tend to have this mentality of, if you can do it, I can do it. You don't have 2 heads. Like, I don't see how gender is supposed to, you know, differentiate us from getting this. Like, you have it, why shouldn't I have it? Sometimes it's just too much. Like, it comes up too strong. It's like you don't give him that feeling of, this is my woman, this is my person, this is someone that I'm supposed to come back home to and feel safe and feel soft, and someone that, you know, like I could cuddle, and someone that I could, literally my baby. Do you get what I mean? They want to have their baby, they don't want to have their homeboys at home. Now, my last sign that you give off too much masculine energy or too much masculine vibe is you try to take things too fast. In as much as I can understand that, you know, maybe you think you're ready, or you think you both are in the right position to advance in your relationship, or, you know, take things to another level. Keep it to yourself until he says something. He is the man. You're not going to marry yourself, he marries you. If you feel like, oh, it's the right time, it's not your position to propose. I see this thing on social media, and honestly, I am not with it, and this is just preference, right? In as much as I believe that a woman can express interest in a man first, it doesn't matter, right? A woman can shoot her shot, basically. I do not believe in proposing to a man. I believe that it's, for time, it's been the man's role. It's been a thing that I just don't like to interrupt. I don't like to destroy what has already been set on stone, right? And I just feel like it's a lot more soothing to me. I can't stand like watching a woman propose to a man, like literally walking into a jewelry store, buying a ring for a man, and then planning a whole, you know, proposal, and like asking a man to marry me. Why? Like, I just can't, because it's not my thing. I know there are a lot of people that actually share a different opinion, and that's completely fine, but for me, I just feel like that's literally stripping him of his role as a man. Like, he's a man, he should propose, like he should ask you out, he should be the one to, like, you know, show interest and chase. And again, I'm saying it's also okay if you show interest first and he takes the lead from there if he likes you. If he doesn't like you, he kills the conversation when you bring it up to him, and you shouldn't chase after that. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. When he kills the conversation, he kills the conversation. Asking him for both of you to move in together, get an apartment together, get in a car together, you know, those kind of like next step type of things in your relationship, like that gives a closer bond, creates a stronger commitment in the relationship, whatever next step it is. I feel like it is not your place as a woman to initiate that next step. He should. If he values the relationship enough, he should be the one creating the next step, asking you to join him in this life journey, or you guys do life together. I feel like he's the one that's supposed to initiate those next steps type of conversations or moves. anything aside that, sis, I feel like it's just you taking up the masculine role and him actually just sitting down relaxing like a princess and letting you take the lead, which in most cases they actually feel weird when we do those things. So I just need you to be conscious about that. Anyway, that's pretty much all the tips that I have. I hope this video was a bit helpful in understanding how masculine energy works in a little way. I hope you learned something from this video. You took at least a thing or two. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and also you could share your experience as well on, you know, tapping into the masculine energy. And if you've ever been, you know, in this kind of situation before, just let us know in the comment section below. You guys know that I like to chit chat with you guys as well in the comments section. I love to read your stories. I love to, you know, read your experiences and all that good stuff. If you're not following me on Instagram, it's linked in the description box below and as well as on the screen. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.